my friends, and welcome back to Yoga with Marcy. Today is the first class of a 4-class series I'm calling Expand. We're working in the Universal Principle of Alignment Organic Extension in Anusara. And today's class focuses in on something we call Spanda. And in the Tantric yoga tradition, Spanda is one of the 6 attributes of supreme consciousness. And what does that mean? Spanda stands for pulsation. And the way that we think of this is the constant flow of contraction and expansion and contraction and expansion, which allows all of life to come into existence and everything in it. And so we play with that in our practice today in some lovely ways. And I hope that you will enjoy. All right. So before I launch into whatever the heck I think I'm trying to do up here, and I'll just preface it that way because it kind of feels like that sometimes, you know, it's kind of like, what am I trying to do up here? And is it even going to connect? And I guess I want to just say that sometimes, you know, what I'm doing isn't going to connect with you where you're at, not necessarily. It may not, right? And that's okay for all of us. It's just okay. So if that's the case, connect in a way that really works for you, okay? So, Cheryl, I'm just watching your body move right now. I'm not seeing the neck and the right shoulder doing their thing. They're doing their thing. Now we're going to be working today with some shoulder loop and skull loop, and that may be more than what your body wants. Sometimes that can be aggravating, so I'm just going to invite you to less. Less is more. Especially when something has a tendency to, you know, be already in that zone. Anybody else?
I'll be cautious of my neck too. That's definitely been an issue lately.
Okay, cautious of the neck.
Good.
What?
I had like 5 good nights of
5
sleep.
good nights of sleep. That's awesome. Oh, I can't even imagine what that would be like. That's amazing. Awesome. So good. So resourcing. All right, well, just settle in. Settle in, and if it feels good to close your eyes to do that, you can do that. Yeah, so we begin sort of with this ritual of moving from the outer to the inner as we start our practice, which really works for the theme of today as we start the first class of the series on organic extension. And today we'll be working with something called Spanda, which we've worked with in class before, and this may be familiar if you think of something like spandex. Spandex has that incredible quality of both hugging and being able and willing to expand. And that's exactly the principle of Spanda. And it's one of the, in Tantric philosophy, one of the attributes of the universal, Spanda. So as you're settling and noticing that even making the transition, as subtle as it may be, from eyes open, there's the outer world, to eyes closed, there's the inner world, you're experiencing Spanda. You know, it's a kind of contraction, expansion, pulsation, shifting in that way. And the beauty of Spanda, just going to read a little something while you continue to have your own experience. I put it in I just put it into my Google, and I love how AI gives you the most comprehensive write-up nowadays. It's just so amazing. And they even quoted Kashmir Shaivism, which is like one of the root philosophies of Anusara, comes from. And it's the Sanskrit word meaning pulsation or divine vibration. The creative energy of the universe, the sacred tremor. I love that. Subtle vibration that permeates all of existence, from the physical realm to consciousness. And this is my very, very favorite one, Spanda and the body. Spanda can be experienced in the body as a subtle vibration, a sacred tremor that arises from the heart. Just loving that. The words contraction and expansion are often used to describe our experience, personal experience of Spanda. I think sometimes of even birth, the birthing experience, coming through the birth canal and being in that massive contraction, right, where baby's floating, now baby's being pushed through this tiny space. Massive contraction, a kind of suffering, if you will. Baby doesn't necessarily call it that. Baby's just experiencing it as it is, without all of the layers of conditioning and learning that we might give it that create even additional suffering. But there it is, experiencing this massive contraction. Of course, mama body is too. And then boom, out into the world. Massive expansion, just right there. Can anything be born, really, without that? Can anything come into existence without that? So, we're all just living proof of that fact. All right. So noticing what you're sitting on, bringing awareness to the spontaneous spondic movement of the breath. I don't know if that's actually a word, spondic, but the diaphragm is moving in such a way that allows the lungs to expand and contract. And this is happening in us 24/7. And this is another proof of the spondic pulsation quality of the universe. And we don't have to do anything about it. It's just happening. So being aware of this, just for a little while. And then maybe even bringing awareness to the movement of the diaphragm. It's so miraculous how it works. What is it that keeps the diaphragm moving when you're not paying attention? And what happens when you do pay attention? I invite you to come back to fingertips and hands, maybe move hands on legs. Excuse me, and bring hands together in front of the heart. We'll join our voices to make a sacred sound, sound of Om. Deep exhalation, deep inhalation. Wonderful. All right, let's get right to hands and knees. And go ahead and begin to move any way that feels good. Just having hands be in contact with earth, having knees be in contact, with earth. And instead of moving the body, let the body move. Let the body knows what it wants, the body knows what it needs, just like the breath is happening. That same pulsation is happening in you, as you. And the body is made of that same intelligent pulsation of life. Yeah, and the sounds that come are welcome. Yeah. And then when you're ready, we'll all meet back in tabletop position. Checking the hands to make them just a little wider than shoulder width. Index fingers parallel to the edges of the mat, nice and wide in the fingers. Beautiful. Allow the energy of earth to come up through the hands, into shoulders, into the heart, and then gently press it back out. So there's a little spanda, right? We're drawing in, creating a web, and then as we press back out, we're expanding into space. Keeping that, let the heart melt with the breath in between the shoulders. We call this flossing. Imagining your heart is the dental floss, your shoulders are your teeth. It's a little something. As far as metaphors go. Could probably come up with a better one, but there it is. Just inviting a little softening of that space. And if this isn't feeling good because you got tight, then do something that does feel good. Okay? Yeah. All right, back to center. I'm going to walk knees a little closer together to make sure they're under the hips. Reestablish a connection through hands. And then take the left toes back and lift the left leg up. Breathe into back body. Bring a fullness into back body. And then draw energy. And this can be subtle. You don't have to over-effort this. Draw energy from foot up and into the hip socket. Keep drawing navel towards spine. And then press it back out and press through the hands and the knee. I'm loving, somebody's got a great Ujjayi breath going. So invitation for Ujjayi. Exhale that down. Okay, right toes go back. Lift the foot. The back may want to get a little collapsed. So draw navel towards spine here. Bring awareness to the base of the foot and very subtly draw energy up and into the hip and then press it back out again and through the hands and through the crown. And exhale that down. Okay, find center, find your breath, let that go. Maybe wag the tail. Maybe a little bounce, like whatever you need. Then we'll take left fingers forward, lift them up. And notice if the lower back wants to collapse again, draw navel towards spine. And on the inhalation from fingers, energy draws up the arm into shoulder, Keeping that, and then extend back out and press. Feel your own expansion. And exhale that down. Let that go. If your hand needs a break, mine does. A little break. A little break. All right. Right hand comes forward. Navel towards spine, drawing from fingers subtle energy up the lines of the arm, into shoulder socket, into heart, and then express it back out. Feel the expansion through knees and hand and fingers and crown. And you may feel it even beyond that. You may feel like your whole aura is expanding. And then exhale that down. Whew. Sit back for a second and just give the wrists a break. Okay, now we're going to take it to the next level. So inhale, left foot behind and up, right hand out. Gentle draw of navel towards spine, and then from fingers and left toes, drawing in. It can be subtle. And then keeping that inward draw from that place, extend out, get big. Press through hand, crown, knee. Like you've got your spidey web coming out, fingers and foot. Feel that? Breath is steady. Let the breath support you. And then exhale that down. Oh, move any way you need to. Did anybody stop breathing? I think I might have. Let's try the other side. Right toes, left hand. Let's see if we can do this and keep the breath going. Navel to spine, gentle energetic draw from fingertips and foot in towards yourself, and then extend that out. Get your spidey web. Keep breathing, pressing through hand, extending through crown, fingertips, foot. And maybe there's even a 360-degree aura that feels like it's expanding into the universe. And then exhale that down. Woo! All right. Come on up to knees for a second and just shake that out. Seems like we already need fresh air. Mm-hmm. Is it just me?
I guess I'm in charge.
You're in charge. Okay. And from here, let's come into a downward facing dog. Yes, downward facing dog. Put a slight bend in the knees. Make sure the fingers are nice and wide like when we were in our tabletop position. And I want to invite you to see if you can feel again the draw of earth's energy up, subtle energy up through the arms, into shoulders, into the heart. A little softening between the shoulder blades, a broadening of collarbones as you press back out through the hands. Long and spine, sits bones reaching towards the sky. Does that feel good? Yeah. And if you want to experiment with what's going on there in the back of the legs, maybe do a little walking of the dog. And then we'll take the feet forward, walk them forward. Soften the knees. Let go of the head. Yep, feel free, making a sound. And we're going to take 3 Ardha Uttanasanas. So drawing ankles and shins gently towards midline. We'll inhale, heart space forward and extend. Soften behind the heart, between shoulder blades. And then exhale, fold inward. Gentle draw to midline with ankles and shins. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, fold, and let go. And then one more time. Drawing inward with ankles and shins. Heart moves forward. On your next inhalation, put a bend in the knees like you're going to sit back. Feel the weight come into heels. Reach the hands up, 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 and then exhale them into cactus. Hello. Good. Maybe a gentlest pulsation bouncing here. And what can you feel here? That's right. Inhale it up. Exhale, sit it back again. Yeah. Maybe you're on like one of those nice balls, like a little bouncy ball, air-filled ball. Just like, inhale it up. One more time, exhale it down. Whoa, that ball. And then inhale it up. Good. Exhale, hands to heart. Take your right hand out to the side like you were pushing open an elevator door. Good. And we'll take the left hand around the back of the head. Oh, yeah. What is that? Sprinkler? That's sprinkler. Sprinkler move. Okay. All right. And for just a second, find your breath. Feel the feet. And then from the hand, see if you can connect again with that vibration. Draw it up through the arm into the shoulder. Shoulder blade finds its way towards the center line. Heart lights up. And then gently press it back out. The skull presses into the hand, and the hand just sweetly draws skin towards crown. Oh, let that feel delicious, like letting something help you with that huge head that's so heavy. And then just gently, gently turning away from the elevator door, like, nope, not today. Yeah, that's the fascia right there. Good, and inhale, unwind that. Ooh, let that down. Hello. Isn't that surprising? That's kind of like a big deal, isn't it? It's kind of a big deal. Let's do the other side. See if it's as much of a big deal. Yeah. Good. Imagining that elevator door or something, maybe a live tree. Let's have a live tree here. And we're going to receive the live tree energy up through the hand, up through the arm, gently drawing that in towards the center line of the body. And then we begin to press back into the tree. Let's take the right hand behind the skull. Press it gently into the hand and draw the skin towards the crown. And take a moment just to receive all of that and see how that translates through all the way down to the feet. And then, if you want, you can turn away, gently turn away from the tree just for a moment. Staying in the breath, steady as she goes. Inviting fascia to soften, and then inhale and release. And wiggle that out. Good. Yeah. And come on up to the top of your mats. Really, it's like, usually we open the windows and it's cold out, but today it's not. It's a whole new experience. All right. Oh, I have a tissue in here. That's sweet. Feel your feet, find your breath. Inhale, hands high. Exhale, fold forward, soft knees. Let go of something, make a sound. Inhale, draw ankles together, heart forward. Exhale, step back with the right foot into a lunge. Pause. Good. On the next inhalation, here we go. We're going to pulsate. We're going to draw into midline with legs. And then on the exhalation, we expand, pressing through feet and through crown. We are the pulsation. And take any micro moves that your body feels like it needs. Yeah, putting hands on blocks to lift the floor is a great idea. Ground through hands, step back, plank position. Press the floor away. Feel centerline power. Ease in breath. Get lit up. This whole thing is an invitation to light up. And then onto bellies we go. Hands at the side of the rib cage, toenails tacked, upper thighs grounded. Inhale, shoulders towards ears, onto back. body and find your own cobra. Rooting tailbone towards feet. Stay grounded in the front of the thighs. Who did that sound?
Somebody out there. A little birdie.
Was that actually a bird? Oh, it sounded almost like some...
Outside and a bird inside.
And a bird inside. Okay, all right. I didn't imagine that. That happened. All right, press into the hands, downward facing dog. It was so bird-like that I didn't know what was happening. Oh, enjoy this downward facing dog for a moment. Making again that connection with earth energy, drawing that up into the space of the heart. Feel the pulsation. Press it back out. Find the length. And then on your next inhalation, right foot steps forward. For a lunge on the other side. Using blocks under hands if that feels good. I'm going to give that a try just because it looked nice. Good. Find breath. And on the next inhale, drawing to midline. Here we go. We're creating the pulsation and then pressing back out through the feet, lengthening through crown. Expand. Feel the expansion. Let yourself take up a little more space. The universe is expanding, and so are you. And then on the inhalation, back foot steps forward. Exhale, forward fold. Beautiful. Draw ankles towards one another as you inhale the heart space forward. Deep bend in the knees. Hands come up. Exhale the hands into cactus. And then inhale, stand up. Exhale, Utkatasana. Till you can feel a little burn in the legs. Inhale it up. Exhale it down. And inhale it up. Exhale, hands to heart. Vrikshasana, tree pose. We'll start on the right foot. Good, so finding breath. You can even look down to find that foot, lift and spread toes. You begin to take weight out of the left foot, bringing foot into ankle for kickstand, into shin, up to thigh, wherever it is you're practicing. You've got your drishti point, a point ideally that's not moving, hands to heart. Find the breath, feel the stability. Feel Earth's energy being drawn up the foot, up the leg, into the pelvis. Nice. Feel the gentle draw to midline between foot and thigh. And then press back through the foot as you open the branches of your tree. Or a cactus. Or a Dega ballerina. Lifting heart. Yep, breath is steady. Maybe experiment with shifting your drishti point. And see if that allows even more pulsation of opening and softening in the heart. Good, and then inhale to release. Nice, everyone. Beautiful. Feel free to shake that out before we take the next side. All right. So bringing weight now into your left foot. You can look down if you'd like. Lift and spread toes. Making legs stable. Taking weight out of right foot into kickstand or into shin. Any place here is fine to practice, or even up into thigh. Hands together in front of the heart to begin. Finding breath again. And then bringing awareness into the subtle pulsation that's always happening of earth energy and drawing it with your awareness, consciousness, up and into pelvis. Feel the draw to midline between foot and thigh, and then press that back out through the foot as you lift and open the branches of your tree. Expand. Expand yourself into space, maybe a cactus, and maybe there's a little heart lift here in tree by interlacing fingers the weird way. Enjoy your breath. maybe shift your drishti gaze. Exhale to come out. Strike a pose. All right. Coming back to the top of the mats. Find the breath. Feel your feet. Exploring Spanda, the pulsation. Inhaling, hands up. Exhale with soft knees through midline, all the way down. Let it go. Inhale, ankles towards one another, heart forward. Exhale, we're going to step it right back to a downward facing dog this time. Find that pulsation in downward dog of drawing earth energy up the arms, into the heart, widening collarbones, and then pressing it back out. On the next inhale, we'll take the right foot high, high, high. Press through hands. Keep it high. Easy in breath. Exhale that foot between the hands. Take a moment to find stability. Gentle draw to midline as you come on up for a straight leg lunge. We'll take hands to a V shape, like you are blessing the earth with your presence as you are. Find the breath. And then gentle draw of midline. Here goes the pulsation. Midline with legs. Draw from fingertips up the arms into the back body. Hook it in. And now press through feet and lift up. Nice. On the next inhale, back knee pulses down and up and down and up and down. Woo, and up. Yeah, exhale the hands on down. We're going to turn this into a modified plank. So bring awareness into your left hand now, nice and wide in the fingers. Make the hook up that we made when we were standing from hand up the lines of the arm into shoulder on the back body, into the heart, and then press back out as you turn yourself into a modified plank. Breath is steady. Look here, Nina. Check that. Turn your right foot. Open that up. Yeah, and then come to the outside of your left foot. There it is. Try that. Nice and active in the feet, I see. Beautiful. Shine it through fingertips. Shine it through crown. And then exhale your way around. Step it back, plank position. Come on down. And find your way into a gentle cobra. And back down to downward dog. Exhale your way there. And take a moment, a full breath in dog, just to arrive. Give yourself a little rest here. And on your next inhale, pressing through hands, we'll take left foot high. Exhale that foot between the hands. Take a moment, draw into midline for stability as you rise. Hands out to bless this place as it in turn blesses you. Find your breath. And then draw to midline. Legs, fingers. Good. Drawing in, we're creating the webbing. And then we're going to press through feet as we lift our fingers and extend it out. That is the meaning of Tantra. Tan is to web. Tra is to extend. So we create webbing, we extend it out. Find your expression here, and then on the next inhale, here it goes. Dip it down. Woo! 1, 2 more. 2, 3. And then on the exhale, hands to the mat. Find that connection now between right hand all the way up and into shoulder and heart as you begin to turn to the outside of the right foot. Left foot turns, coming into a modified side plank. Ooh. few breaths here. Come out if you need to, right? This is all invitation. Good, and then we'll all come out. Inhale your way to center, step it back. Downward facing dog. Nice. Just give yourself a full rounded breath here in dog. Let what we just did go completely. If you need to bounce in the knees or anything, let the head go. Feel into your hands. Draw the earth's energy up again and into heart. Widen collarbones. Press through hands. Inhale, right leg high. Put a bend in the knee and open. Stack the hips. Keep the shoulders steady. Let that deep psoas muscle receive this offering to expand. If you spend a lot of time sitting, this will get tight. So let it expand for a moment. And then inhale, bring that foot between the hands, ground the back knee down, and hands to front knee. Pause and find breath. Good. Take the left hand behind the head. And we're going to work the Spanda. So on the inhalation, gentle draw to midline. And then the head presses into the hand. And enjoy that as heart lifts, right hand comes to sky. And when you're ready to let go of the head and you feel like the head can hold itself, the neck can hold the head itself without too much strain, you can let that go. Breath is steady. On your inhalation, let's take both blocks to the inside of the front leg. Turn the back foot, lifting the back leg, back foot to be parallel to the end of the mat. Good. Find your breath. Feel the feet. And then from the feet, draw the feet isometrically towards one another on the mat as you walk your hands forward with the blocks. And then drawing the hip creases back. Feel the expansion between the vertebrae of your spine. Good, and when you inhale to walk yourself back and out, we'll take that back knee down again. Left hand on left block, walk the block in towards the foot. We're going to take a twist. Right hand comes to the right hip. Pause. Find the breath. And here we go, pulsating. Drawing in towards midline with the legs just enough, don't need to over effort. Finding that length, the heart begins to twist. Left side body moves towards right, really turning around central axis, and then take the left block out towards the left if it feels good to open it up and expand. Expand your twist. And maybe the right hand wants to explore space in any way. You know, when a baby comes into the world and it suddenly has that much expansiveness, it's overwhelming. The baby's body wants to be swaddled, to still feel that spondic inward draw, and from that it can move and expand at its own rate. And inhale your way. Let's take just a little, because it feels good to get into the back of the thigh, and we're right here anyway. Sort of like out on a day trip and you find yourself here, you might as well take advantage of it. Let the heart find its way forward. Let the softening between the shoulder blades, even if it's just imaginal, just find a little bit more pulsation of the heart, softening of the heart space. There's so much that we could harden our hearts to with so much going on in our world and in our personal lives. All right, bringing hands to mat. Find your way. gently up and back into your downward facing dog. Finding the breath. Drawing earth energy up through the hands, lines of the arm, back of the heart, widening collarbones, then pressing back out again. Inhale, left leg high. Pressing through hands, then put a bend in that knee and stack the hips open, keeping shoulder blades, keeping shoulders steady. Inviting a little birthing experience to your psoas. And exhaling that foot between the hands, ground the back knee down, hands to front knee, pause. Pause, soften skin of face just for a moment. And we'll take right hand to behind the occiput once again. And here we go. On the inhalation, gentle draw towards midline, swaddle yourself, and then expand. Press the back of the head into the hand. Lift the left hand towards sky. Press through foot and knee. Let the heart lift up. And then when and if it feels ready, you can let that right hand also find sky. Keeping the feeling of the hand there for the head. And exhale. We'll take that right hand to the right block. Walk it towards foot and pause. Left hand to left hip. Find breath. Then gentle draw to midline. Draw in and begin to come into your twist. Right body moving towards left. Right here around the central channel. Find that first. A little bit of a tight twist. And then expand it. Open it into space. If you like, or you can keep it tight. If you want to walk the block open, find a different expression. Oh, maybe left hand is exploring space, seeing where it wants to be. Yeah. Nice. And since we're here, visiting anyway, we'll take this into Ardha Hanumanasana with blocks, hands on blocks. Woo! Hello. Lots to let go of these days.
That was a good one.
Was it? Which one? What did you like? That stretch, that expansive twist? Yeah.
Felt like a baby.
Ah.
And I remember
When the baby finds their toes, and it's like,
4 months.
whoa, what's that? This is so cool. Okay, let's get rid of the blocks. Take it back, downward facing dog. Oh, yes. And either walking feet forward or floating or hopping feet forward, you decide. Soften the knees, let go of the head. Yeah, drawing ankles towards midline. Inhale the heart forward. Press into the feet and just keep coming up. All the way up, 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 up. Press your feet, reach to sky. Exhale, hands to heart. And just take a moment to notice what you see, like what's the quality of seeing right now. Garudasana. Eagle pose. It's the kind of like the pretzel twist pose. It's both a kind of a deep contraction and the feeling of expansion. Like you're going to be in a deep swaddle and then expand. All right, so bring weight into right foot, lift and spread toes, put a bend in the knee, and left foot comes around the front. Take your left arm forward, right arm underneath, and find whatever yours twist is. You've got a nice drishti point. Now everything hugs to center line as you sit back. Breath is steady and supportive. And then from this space, there's an expansion. The fingers move towards freedom. The sides of the rib cage widen. The back body plumps. And when you're ready to come out, inhale. Fly like an eagle. Great. And shake it out or bounce it out or move it out or do any kind of movement that feels supportive. Yeah. And into the other side. All right, weight into your left foot. Soften the knee. Find your breath as you're about to create a different shape. And so here it goes. We're winding that leg around. Now, right arm comes out, left arm underneath. Twist yourself. Pause. And then really take it towards midline. Pulse it. Draw it in as you sit back. Feel the draw inward. And then we're going to expand into that inward draw with fingers moving even subtly towards sky, filling the sides of the rib cage and the back body. Feeling stability and instability all at once. Coming out when you need to. All right. Being more graceful than me. Good on you. All right, move any way you need to. Yeah. It's not just warm, it's like wet warm. Like wet, warm, sort of all over you. All right, coming to the top of the mats again. Open wide. We want to be even more wet, warm. Good. Find your breath for a moment. Let something settle. So that Garudasana is effortful, so we want to let that go completely. Give yourself a little reset. If it feels good to do a little rocking on the feet, just to invite that release. Good. Find the center of the feet, and with the breath, inhale, hands up. Exhale with soft knees through center line. Make a sound. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, step it back, downward facing dog. Good. Nice and wide in the fingers. Drawing earth's energy up the arms, into the armpits, to the heart, widening collarbones, pressing back out. Inhale, right foot high. Exhale, bend the knee, stack the hips again, shoulders steady, inviting an expansion in the deepest muscle of the body, the psoas. And then exhale that foot between the hands. Come here, find breath, gentle draw to midline as you rise. Pause, find breath, and then on inhalation, draw in again, creating your web, press through feet, extend it out. And on the next inhale, we'll turn the back foot, open the hands, come into your warrior two shape. We can start with palms facing up, like you're holding light bowling balls, very light. Just very, very, very light. All right, find breath, feel feet. And then gentle draw from feet up into pelvis, from fingertips into heart. Keep that, then turn palms facing down. Press through feet, look out over your fingers. A warrior of pulsation. Breath steady. See if you can keep feeling, especially that back foot. A little lengthening through crown as you shine. And then turning front palm facing up. Reach and dance it back. Find your expression here. Exhale that elbow to the knee. Parsva Konasana. Again, feeling the press between both feet, out of both feet, and the reach through the fingertips and the crown. That's your extension. Look down at the mat. Inhale, turn the back toes, bring the back knee down. Walk the right foot a little bit out to the right and maybe to diagonal. Let's take hands onto blocks. And lift the back knee and draw it back a little bit. Okay. On the next inhalation, right hand comes to right knee, left hand on left block, and you can choose the height you want. I'm going to stay lower. Back foot lifts. Okay. We're engaging the hamstring muscle. Exhale it down. And one more time, inhale, lift it. And now, if it's available, and you want to kind of be drawing the back knee forward so you're on the top of the knee, not right on the knee, maybe you can reach around and find your foot. It really feels far away for me on this side today. So do what you need to do. Good, and then here we are. Yes, we're about to go into that expanded twist. So find your breath. Soften the skin of the face. And then gentle draw to midline. Pulse consciously. Then begin to play with the draw of the hand and the foot to open the heart. Maybe walking your block back. Maybe walking your foot out. Maybe widening the elbows. Feeling that hand at the back of the occiput. Gently pressing the head into the imaginal hand. The draw of the skin towards the crown. Good. Inhale, release that. Oh, okay. That was kind of a lot. Yeah, all right. That was kind of a lot. Let's do a little child's pose. Feel free to make a little pillow with your hands for your head or even use your block. Oh, yeah. Let yourself be breathed, or just notice that you are being breathed. This constant evidence of the pulsation. And when you're ready, we're going to take the block between the hands. Come up onto forearms. The fingers are around the back side, the long side of the block. Find your breath. Find some length in the side body. Fill the back body. Nice. And now gently, gently, see if you can find some muscular energy in the arms. Maybe there's an isometric draw of elbows towards one another. Tuck toes. Pressing gently the hands into the block just enough. So finding some length in the back of the neck, out through crown. Lift the hips high. Coming into a dolphin pose. And when you do come in, find that line from the heart, the softened heart, to press through the elbows and the forearms and find length up through the sits bones. Heart keeps softening towards the toe side of the room. And then exhale that down. Take one more full breath in child pose to recover. Notice how your breath is moving in you now. Did it shift in any way? And when you're ready, we'll move again to downward facing dog to do that whole sequence on the other side. Does anybody remember what we did? I do, I think. Yay, you can count on me. That's why I get paid the big bucks. All right. Nice and wide in the fingers, drawing Earth's energy again up through the arms, into the heart, widening collarbones, pressing back out, finding length. In the breath. Pressing through hands, inhale, left leg high. Bend the knees, stack the hips, keeping shoulders steady. Good. On the exhalation, we'll take that left foot through the hands, between the hands. Breathe. Find stability in the legs as you come on up to your expression. Your expression is expansion. It is the universe expanding through you. And on the inhale, turning the back foot to be parallel, opening hands wide, shape of warrior two, making sure front knee is above front ankle or back, but not forward of. Pause and breathe. Arrive. Soften something in the jaw. Soften something in you that wants to effort here. And then let the efforting occur by gently drawing feet towards one another isometrically on the mat. There's that hug, pulsing. Nice. Right thigh melts back. Left sits bone tucks under and down. And then we press through feet and shine through the fingertips and up and out through the crown. Drawing chin sweetly back. Just enough. No need to effort that either. Every one of us a warrior of the universe, the pulsation of the universe. Turning that front palm facing up. Dance it back. Find your dance. And then exhale that elbow to the knee. Parsva. Staying alive in both feet. Alive in fingertips. Alive in the tips of the ears. As they gently draw back and towards the crown. Softening fingertips, give them a wiggle. And then shine through feet and fingertips one more time. And then when you're ready, turn towards the mat. Exhale the back knee down. Maybe walking left foot towards left, bringing blocks to the inside just for a moment. Did we already do this side? No. Okay. Walking back knee back and dragging it forward. Good. Put a bend in the back knee. And exhale it out. And then one more time. Now walking, let's see, first we want to reach around. See if it's available. If it's not, then just work with the bent knee. If it is and you find your foot, fantastic. Feel the draw to midline. Maybe walk your right hand and block to the right to open this and expand into this. Feel this, the simultaneous draw of the hand into the foot and the foot into the hand, and bend that elbow. Maybe bending both elbows as you find your own expression of this. And there's no need to overdo, right? You can do less and reap tremendous benefit from doing less. And if more is your jam, then go for it. Beautiful. Inhale, unwind. Find your way once again into a child's pose. We'll just stay a quick sec in child's pose before we do one more dolphin. Okay, coming up with hands again around the block, fingers hugging the back of the long side, finding breath, feeling knees, filling back body and lengthening side body. Gentle press of hands into the block. See how it Activates the muscles all the way up through the arms, into the shoulders, and into the heart. Tuck toes under. Lift hips up. Maybe walking feet forward. Maybe the back 50s ponytail part of the head touches the block. Maybe it doesn't. Staying in the breath. Softening heart towards the toe side of the room. Pressing through elbow, forearm, and shining up through the sits bones. If you feel a tremor in the arms, that's okay. Let the tremor be there. If you feel the tremor throughout the body, that's okay too. It's a sacred tremor. And when you're ready to come down, exhale your way. And then we'll all come all the way through to sit for a second. Whew, because that was kind of a lot, right? What's going on? Take your fingertips behind you just for a moment and let something settle right here in the pelvis and in the breath and in the sits bones and in the back of the legs. I, of course, had a whole nother page of stuff for us to do today, but we're at the end of our time. I would love to offer you a restorative legs up the wall with belt around legs today to end our practice. So, and the belt we put around the legs so that the legs can expand without our efforting. They can just relax into the boundary of the belt, and then you're really just receiving the restorative into the deep pelvic mystery. All right, so yes, I see that some of you are already getting your belt ready. Let's all do that. All right, now find any old wall space will do, and mirror space will do. Mirror's completely legit. And the invitation, just to show you how to get in, I suggest elevating the pelvis onto a block or your soft cushion, coming in with the hip like this, cartwheeling yourself in the awkward way. Super awkward, but this does seem to work pretty well to get in. Pretty well. It's not foolproof. And then, there we go. We're going to take this, and it can be up at the shin level, it can also be at the thigh level, but the idea is that you just want to not have to effort at all in the legs. Opening arms wide. Perhaps like me, noticing how one leg seems to be longer than the other. It's like, what? What? I'm going to just peek and see what's going on in here. Hey, stop fighting in the back of the room. No, you're all doing great. Okay. And the buckle ideally is between the legs so it's not on your leg because it can be a little uncomfortable, but whatever feels right. Yeah. Yeah, like that. Yep, and if you've got an eye bag, you can put that over your eyes. Does anybody need an eye bag? Or would anybody like an eye bag? Okay, then I'm going to join you here for just a little bit. Let yourself soak, receive, come into your heart space, your pelvic space, and just letting all efforting dissolve completely.